have a grease fitting up here. Typically, you guys don't do a ton of the trimming. When you're running them, if you feel a lot of vibration in the shaft, you need grease. Every truck has grease. It's this bolt right here. It's the edger tool. Pop that out, pump 2 or 3, maybe 4. Don't go any more than that. If you see the grease start squirting out the bottom of the head, it's too much grease. Yep, yeah. Yeah, so you'll see the grease start popping out of here. That means you're putting too much. Yeah, typically it's 2 to 3 pumps every other day, give or take. If you're trimming a lot, that's the biggest thing to watch for on the trimmers. You'll blow out the heads when you don't have grease in them, because it's a reciprocating blade that needs to stay greased. Trimming bushes, typically we try to leave the bottoms of the shrubs untrimmed, so that way they're still getting daylight. One thing we see a lot, and it's throughout every company, they trim everything, but because you're going, typically you go in and then out to the top, which is why the shrubs are usually have no foliage at the bottoms, and then the tops are nice and full. It's because the sunlight's not hitting the bottom of the shrub as much. So typically you want to keep the shrub at an angle with the bottom being the fattest part of the shrub, so that way it stays full. Some shrubs we have rounded, some we have squared off. It just depends on the area. Obviously squared off is easier, quicker, but the biggest thing is keeping the bottom of the shrubs pushed out farther than the top. Look at this shrub. The bottom's a good 8 to 10 inches in further than the top. So on something, instead of trimming the entire shrub, so on something like this, you can start trimming here. So now you have a straight line down. The bottom sits out a little bit further here. This will fill in 2 weeks in the summertime. But you don't want this angle going in super hard. That's what, 4 inches there, where this has just been constantly trimmed, and you're starting to lose the foliage underneath because there's no sunlight hitting it. So that's all you would do on something like this, and then once it fills in, maintain it at either a straight or the bottom being out further than the top.
Everybody on the